Rolex did not invent the waterproof case, but it made the world believe only its name mattered. Omega pioneered mass-produced precision, rewrote sports timing, and landed on the moon, while Rolex quietly turned standard ideas into global icons, mastering the rules of luxury itself. Today, the industry says one name means status and the other means science. But the numbers tell a very different story. Which matters more, what you want to believe, or what survives on the test bench? Let us break the myth open. Omega's story begins in 1848 when Louis Brandt set up a small workshop in La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland. By 1894, the company had produced the Omega caliber, a movement designed for mass production with interchangeable parts and industrial-scale precision. This approach did more than streamline repairs. It set the stage for Omega to become one of the most prolific chronometer makers of the early 20th century. By the 1930s, Omega was supplying watches to military forces and had become the official timekeeper of the 1932 Los Angeles Olympics. That partnership with the Olympics was not a marketing afterthought. It was a public demonstration of technical accuracy on the world stage. Rolex, founded in 1905 by Hans Wilsdorf and Alfred Davis, took a different route. In an era when pocket watches dominated, Wilsdorf saw the future on the wrist. He did not invent the chronometer certificate, but he chased it relentlessly, sending Rolex movements to Swiss observatories and collecting certificates as proof of accuracy. In 1926, Rolex launched the Oyster, the first serially produced waterproof wristwatch case. The idea of water resistance had already been explored by others, but Rolex refined the concept, standardized the screw-down crown, and made it reliable at scale. What set Rolex apart was not the invention, it was the ability to turn technical refinement into a legend. When swimmer Mercedes Gleitze crossed the English Channel in 1927 with a Rolex Oyster on her wrist, the company ran a front-page ad in the Daily Mail, cementing the Oyster reputation for waterproof performance. Omega, meanwhile, pushed boundaries in industrial precision and timing. Their calibers set records in observatory trials, and by mid-century, Omega claimed the title of the world's largest producer of certified chronometers. The brand did not just compete in the lab, it built timing equipment for the Olympics, pioneered electronic timing, and later in the 1960s, submitted its Speedmaster chronograph to NASA's brutal qualification tests. The Speedmaster was not chosen by sponsorship or negotiation. It was selected because it survived temperature swings, vacuum, shock, and decompression, trials that knocked out its rivals, including Rolex's own chronograph entry. That survival under extreme testing became part of the Speedmaster story. Rolex, for its part, built a focused family of models around a core set of refined features. The Oyster Perpetual, Submariner, GMT Master, and Date just each became a cultural icon, not because it was always the first, but because it was relentlessly consistent, robust, and instantly recognizable. Where Omega taught the test bench how to win, Rolex taught the world what to desire. The rivalry is not just about who invented what, it is about who shaped the rules and who rewrote them. One brand built its reputation on pioneering breakthroughs and documented performance. The other became the global shorthand for status by perfecting, standardizing, and selling the myth better than anyone else. Chronometer certification sets the bar for accuracy, but the standards themselves vary. COSC, the Contrôle Officiel Suisse des Chronomètres, has long defined Swiss watch precision. Its process is rigorous. Movements are tested uncased for 15 days in 5 positions and 3 temperatures. To pass, a movement must stay within -4 to +6 seconds per day. Both Rolex and Omega submit their movements to COSC, but their paths diverge sharply after that. Rolex takes each COSC certified movement and tests it again inside the finished watch. The result is the superlative chronometer standard, which demands accuracy between -2 and +2 seconds per day. Rolex's testing is proprietary with little public detail, but it covers accuracy, waterproofness, and power reserve. The company uses paramagnetic alloys like parachrome for magnetic resistance, but it rarely publishes specific Gauss ratings, except for the Milgauss model, rated at 1000 Gauss. For other models, magnetism protection exists but remains undefined. Omega, in contrast, partnered with Metas, the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, to create the Master Chronometer certification. Every watch must first pass COSC, then endure 8 additional tests as a complete cased watch. The most demanding is exposure to 15,000 Gauss, far beyond what most mechanical watches encounter. After this, the watch must still run within 0 to plus 5 seconds per day. Metas also checks performance in 6 positions, at full wind and low power, and verifies water resistance and power reserve. Each certified watch comes with a card linked to an online database, offering full transparency and third-party verification. Inside, Omega's Co-Axial escapement, designed by George Daniels, reduces sliding friction by separating locking and impulse surfaces. This leads to less wear and more stable performance, often allowing service intervals of up to 8 years, longer than the typical 5-year cycle for lever escapements. The Co-Axial system, paired with silicon-balanced springs and non-magnetic parts, is now central to Omega's movements. Rolex relies on a refined Swiss lever escapement, now called chronology, emphasizing reliability and serviceability. Power reserves have reached 70 hours, and anti-magnetic alloys are standard. But the escapement remains traditional, focused on consistency. On paper, Omega's Master Chronometer watches withstand magnetic fields 15 times stronger than most Rolex models, and the Co-Axial escapement extends service life. Rolex offers tighter tolerances and a reputation for durability. The choice is between laboratory transparency and a fortress of tradition. Rolex's 904L Oystersteel has earned a reputation as a watchmaking secret weapon, often credited with giving the brand an edge over rivals using 316L steel like Omega. Chemically, 904L contains nearly twice the nickel and molybdenum of 316L, offering increased resistance to pitting corrosion in saltwater or acidic conditions and a brighter, more reflective polish. Yet for daily wear, commutes, rain, or a swim, 316L already exceeds practical needs. Both alloys are hypoallergenic for most, although the higher nickel content of 904L can matter for sensitive skin. Scratch resistance is nearly identical, and both show wear from everyday life. The real difference is a margin of durability most owners will never test, along with that distinctive Rolex shine. Comparing flagship models, the Rolex Submariner and the Omega Seamaster Diver 300-meter both offer 300-meter water resistance, ceramic bezels, and solid steel bracelets. The Submariner, with its 904L case and in-house movement, retails for about $9,300 but regularly sells above list. The Seamaster, made from 316L, includes Metas-certified Master Chronometer movement, anti-magnetic protection to 15,000 Gauss, a display caseback, and a retail price near $6,000, often discounted. In chronographs, the steel Rolex Daytona, crafted from 904L, is nearly unattainable at retail and trades for $26,000 or more, far above its $15,000 list price. The Omega Speedmaster Professional in 316L offers NASA Heritage, Master Chronometer certification, and transparent test results for about $7,500, usually below retail. Across these pairings, Omega delivers more technical features per dollar, while Rolex commands a premium driven by scarcity and cultural cachet. Rolex produces around 1 million watches a year, making it the largest luxury watchmaker by volume. Yet anyone trying to buy a steel Submariner, Daytona, or GMT Master at an authorized dealer encounters empty display trays and long wait lists. Allocation is not random. Dealers prioritize clients with a record of buying less popular models, jewelry, or precious metal pieces. Some buyers wait years and others receive a coveted model only after building a purchase history. The result is that the most in-demand Rolex models rarely reach the display case and almost never go to first-time walk-ins. This controlled scarcity is not a function of low output. Rolex's annual production is twice that of Omega, and scarcity at retail is the product of deliberate supply management. The vast majority of watches leaving Rolex factories are Datejusts, Oyster Perpetuals, and other classic models. Steel sports watches, which drive the brand's cultural presence, make up a minority of total production. By holding back supply at the retail level, Rolex ensures that demand always exceeds what is available, fueling a secondary market where prices for popular models often run 20 to 100% above retail. Omega takes a different approach. With production estimates between 500,000 and 600,000 units per year, Omega's watches are broadly available. Walk into a boutique for a Seamaster, Speedmaster, or Aqua Terra, and you can often try on multiple variants and negotiate a discount. On the secondary market, most Omega models sell 20 to 40% below retail. There are exceptions for rare limited editions, but for the core lineup, Omega's strategy is volume and accessibility, not engineered exclusivity. Scarcity in this rivalry is a product of choice, not necessity. Rolex's control over allocation and supply transforms its watches into perceived assets, objects of desire whose value is reinforced by their unavailability. Omega's openness creates an environment where value is measured by features and transparency, not by the ability to get on a list. Today, hype still drives value as much as engineering. As millions chase wait lists while superior specs sit in open displays, it is clear, in luxury, perception often outpaces performance. The real contest is not just between brands, it is between desire and discernment. Which side wins tomorrow is yours to decide.